Namaskaram everyone. Please let me know if we are live. I guess we are. Hi Prabhat, Prarthana, Samiksha, Khushi. How are you guys doing? Hello Ram. Hi Rajnandani, Kriti, Devyani. Good afternoon. Hi Medha. Alright, so today on this channel we have with us Mitali, who's converted SIBM Pune and is joining SIBM Pune. When is your joining date, Mitali? And a warm welcome to the session. How are you?
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm good. And my joining date is 7th June.
Okay, so 7 June. Alright, so you just have a month to go.
Right, just a month.
What are you doing these days then?
I really have nothing to do, so I am reading the Harry Potter series once again,
Okay.
and doing tiny courses on Udemy.
Okay.
So I'm just relaxing.
ओके तो आई थिंक इसी से काफ़ी लोगों को सीख लेना चाहिए कि उसका एग्ज़ाम निकल गया, उसकी जॉइनिंग है, फिर भी वो हैरी पॉटर पढ़ रही हो और कोर्सेज कर रही हो और तुम इतने नालायक हो कि तुम्हारा एग्ज़ाम सिर पे है फिर भी तुम ये करने को रेडी नहीं हो. सो यू सी दैट्स द डिफरेंस बिटवीन अ पर्सन हु इज़ ड्रिवन एंड अ पर्सन हु इज़ नॉट ड्रिवन. Anyway, Mitali, I would ask you a set of questions, and I would also encourage my users to ask any questions that they might have, and we'll take them up one by one. The very first question that I have for you is that when did you start your prep? And did you prepare separately for SNAP, or was it included in your CAT prep?
Okay, so basically I started preparation a year ago in December. I started it in 2021.
Okay.
And I had joined a very well-known coaching institute, and I studied there for a few months. But then it did not suit me as much. I thought I needed individual attention because QA DILR was very weak for me.
Okay.
So in August, I realized I talked to a number of people, and they suggested you and Lokesh Agarwal sir on Unacademy.
Okay.
So I took few free classes, and then I decided that I will study for the next 3-4 months from Unacademy from you and Lokesh sir.
Okay. When did you join Unacademy?
I joined Unacademy I think July end and August.
That's pretty late.
It was late, yes. So I had
But you do
just
have
3-4
a
months
background
left.
because you had done some amount of padai at the institute.
Yes, but still I wasn't really satisfied. At the end of July I was very anxious because I thought I had not prepared well.
Okay.
So I had to switch.
Okay.
Better late than never.
Yeah.
So yes, I did prepare for SNAP separately. So basically my strategy was a little different because since the beginning I was sure that I have to do MBA in HR.
Okay.
I was not targeting IIMs at all.
Achha.
Because I knew there were more colleges that had better opportunities for HRM.
Okay.
So I knew that I had to concentrate on ZAT, SNAP, NMAT and TIS more than CAT. CAT included very few colleges.
Yeah.
So my strategy was different. I concentrated more on those and my preparation went differently.
Okay. Can you just tell us how was it different from the usual CAT aspirants?
So usual CAT aspirants, they concentrate more on the topics that come in CAT. For example, they
RCs and
skip
stuff.
critical reasoning.
Yeah.
They skip modern maths.
Yeah.
So those kinds of topics, logical reasoning questions, small ones, or
The kinds that come in
So
NMAT and SNAP.
Right. They do skip that. But actually, those are very important even for a CAT aspirant because those make the base of it.
Which I keep saying,
So-
but like we all know, teacher की बहुत सुनता है. But another thing that I would like to point out to the viewers, जो लोग अनजान है कि SNAP में RC नहीं आता है और CAT में RC सबसे मेजर सेक्शन है. तो अगर आप सिर्फ CAT के फोकस से पढ़ाई करोगे तो यू आर ऑब्सेस्ड विद RC. CAT जनता इज एब्सोल्युटली ऑब्सेस्ड विद RC. मैंने देखा है कि जब तक मैं ग्रामर वोकैब CR पढ़ाती हूँ मेरे वॉच मिनट्स कम होते हैं. मैं RC का कोर्स लॉन्च करती हूँ, मेरे वॉच मिनट्स दे टच द स्काइज. So which shows that the CAT janta is obsessed with RCs, but you have to remember that if you're taking OMETs, you have to go beyond RCs. आप सिर्फ RC पढ़ के काम नहीं चला सकते, आपको ग्रामर पे, वोकैब पे, क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग पे इक्वल अटेंशन देना पड़ेगा. एंड आई वांट टू अंडरलाइन द वर्ड इक्वल हियर. तो आप खुद को रेडी रखिए. लाइक शी सेड, मॉडर्न मैथ्स ऑल्सो इज समथिंग दैट यू आर सेइंग, राइट?
Yes, it was CAT में नहीं आता वो.
हाँ.
इतना.
लेकिन स्नैप में आता है और कौन से एग्जाम में आता है?
एनमैट में आता है,
एनमैट और स्नैप।
टिस में थोड़ा बहुत आता है,
ठीक
सो जैट में भी आता है, जैट में काफी आता है।
ओके, सो अगर कैट के अलावा अगर जैट, स्नैप, एनमैट और टिसनेट अगर आपका टारगेट है तो आपको मॉडर्न मैथ्स पे भी ध्यान देना है।
सो बेसिकली ओमेट्स में ज्यादा टॉपिक्स कवर करने पड़ते हैं दैन कैट,
हाँ,
सो मोर टॉपिक्स नीड टू बी कवर्ड फॉर ओमेट्स।
Yes, yes.
तो मेरे पे ज्यादा बर्डन भी था।
जैट के लिए डिसीजन मेकिंग भी करना होता है।
यस, वो भी एक एडेड होता
तो
है।
तुम्हारा बाकी के इन
Plus-
एग्जाम्स में ओमेट्स में कैसा परफॉर्मेंस रहा?
एनमैट में आई स्कोर 249,
शाबाश।
so that was a good score.
Yes, of course.
And
तो तुमको
that
call
me
आया
I
मुंबई
did
से?
score. No, because
अच्छा।
I did not clear the overall cutoff. I cleared the
अच्छा,
sectional cutoff.
ओके ओके।
Yes. Sorry, I did not
Covered the
clear the
sectional नहीं
QA.
करा। 249 में ओवरऑल तो हो गया।
Sectional.
हाँ,
हाँ,
sectional
overall
नहीं
हो गया। QA I did not clear.
क्यों बहुत लोगों का रह गया क्योंकि बहुत एनमैट में कैलकुलेटिव क्यूए आती है, तो
Right.
कैलकुलेशन इंटेंसिव है, तो अगर उसकी प्रैक्टिस नहीं है
Yes.
तो दिक्कत होती है, क्योंकि कैट में तो हम ऑन स्क्रीन कैलकुलेटर के भरोसे रहते हैं।
हाँ जी, वो काम नहीं आता फिर भी।
हाँ, ठीक है। और
And
बताओ।
yes,
हाँ,
that में I scored 85 percentile, same as CAT.
ठीक।
That was my percentile in that.
ओके
And this में I scored somewhere in my 60s, I think 67, 68.
अच्छा, इसमें जीके भी आता है,
In this.
जैट में भी जीके आता है।
Right.
ठीक है ओके। जीके
So
के
these
लिए
were the
तुमने कैसे
exams
प्रेप
I
किया
took.
था?
हाँ जी,
जीके की प्रेप
sorry.
कैसे की थी?
जीके मैंने ऑनलाइन वीडियोस देखे थे यूट्यूब पे, आई गॉट मनोरमा, उसमें से किया था, रेड द न्यूज़पेपर, सो दैट्स वेयर आई प्रिपेयर्ड फ्रॉम।
So were you able to fare well in GK?
No, not really, because the questions I prepared, only one or two came from that. I think mostly I did not fare well, but I did clear the cutoff
Static
for
GK
GK.
ज्यादा आई थी या करंट अफेयर्स?
It was a mix. It wasn't, I think.
तो मतलब हमें न्यूज़पेपर पे भी ध्यान
क्यों नहीं
देना है
था?
और वो स्टैटिक जीके वाले क्वेश्चंस पे भी
सब देना है, हाँ जी, सब कुछ ध्यान देना।
ठीक है, ओके, कूल, गुड इनफ। तो स्नैप की स्नैप होता है दिसंबर में, आई थिंक इस बार 10, 18, 23 ये डेट्स थी। आपने कौन सी डेट?
Yes, I took all the 3 attempts.
अच्छा, यू टुक ऑल द
So this मेरे yes, ये
So
third
was there
attempt
a
में मेरा आया
difference?
था score.
कोई फायदा हुआ 3
There was a
attempt में?
huge difference.
Oh.
Yes, बहुत फायदा हुआ.
Okay.
Because I scored less in my first 2 attempts.
Okay.
Because this year, if you notice, Snap का paper थोड़ा सा difficult आया था
Yes.
than the previous ones.
Yes.
And हल्का सा pattern भी, different types of questions.
Yes.
English में different आए थे थोड़े से.
Hmm.
So I think the first 2 attempts really prepared me for the third one. So I knew what was coming for me. So I prepared accordingly in the last 5-6 days.
What did you do in those 5-6 days? What different did you do?
So English में कुछ I think modal verbs कुछ ऐसे से
हाँ,
आए
modal
थे,
verbs and
and
idioms.
yes and logical reasoning के मैं notice कर रही थी कुछ calendar questions आ रहे थे, different questions. So I was concentrating more on those kinds of questions कि okay ये मुझे revise करना है topic.
अच्छा, तो तुमने
So
कोई बुक्स
I was
यूज
doing
करी
that.
थी क्या या कोई स्टडी मटेरियल? तुम्हारे पास
नहीं,
इंस्टीट्यूट का
I
स्टडी
only
मटेरियल
did-
भी रहा होगा क्योंकि तुमने ज्वाइन किया था।
हाँ, टाइम के मैंने actually I did for only VARs थी,
अच्छा
the study exercise books, and I
अच्छा।
did it very earlier.
अच्छा
But तब I was really not convinced कि मुझे अच्छा नहीं लग रहा था, because I wanted कि कोई मेरे doubts उसी समय clear करे and बताए मुझे कि RC में या VA में क्या होता है, you don't really need to apart from knowing the correct answer, you also need to know which are the incorrect answers.
करेक्ट आंसर्स एंड व्हाई।
That is more important.
यस,
So वो clarity मुझे नहीं मिल रही थी, and when I studied from your channel, I was very clear. Each and every question was cleared at that point of time itself. So I was very happy. And your videos also, there are a number of questions, a lot of questions that are covered. So I thought that was enough for me.
ओके।
And for QA and yes, sorry ma'am.
ओमेट्स के लिए कौन कौन से कोर्सेज तुमने एक्स्ट्रा करे बजाय वो यूजुअल कैट वाली पढ़ाई के? मैं अपने कोर्सेज की
आपका
बात
एक-
कर रही हूँ।
हाँ जी, टिस वाला एक है आपका, एक
हाँ,
एक्स्ट्रा, इवन
December।
ग्रामर वाला एक्स्ट्रा था, वो कैब वाला एक्स्ट्रा था.
एक
देन
NMAT का?
हाँ जी,
एनमैट का एक कोर्स था, वो किया था तुमने?
यस डिडक्टिव रीजनिंग
हाँ।
वगैरह जो था आपका कोर्स, वो 2-3 मैंने किए थे. सो आई डिड एवरीथिंग ऑन योर चैनल, आई कवर्ड ऑल कोर्सेज.
अच्छा, ठीक है। ओके, और एनीथिंग, हाउ वाज योर एक्ससी? स्नैप सबसे छोटा एग्जाम है, 1 घंटे का पेपर है,
Right.
1 मिनट 1 क्वेश्चन है, तो व्हाट शुड बी द एम फॉर टॉप कॉलेजेस के लिए? हाउ मेनी क्वेश्चन शुड यू एम? ये तुमने कितने अटेम्प्ट करे थे और तुम्हारे कितने सही गए, तुम्हारा स्कोर क्या रहा?
हाँ जी, I attempted 41 or 42 questions.
Out of
So I
60.
thought at the end of it, out of 60 questions. I attempted 41, 42, and ideally you should attempt more than that.
Okay.
Because accuracy, you never know about the accuracy. Accuracy बहुत high होनी चाहिए. You should ideally attempt 45, 46 to achieve a good score. But I feel इस बार थोड़ा पेपर डिफिकल्ट आया था. कट ऑफ I think 1 or 2 मार्क्स से नीचे गया. So I scored 35.75.
अच्छा.
So just because मेरी accuracy ठीक थी, that's why I scored. But ideally you should attempt more number of questions.
So which translated to how many percentile?
98.03.
35 पे 98 मोटा मोटा.
35.75. हाँ जी.
36 मान लेते हैं. 36 पे 98.
हाँ जी.
ठीक है.
Right.
Good enough. और तुमने क्या डिफरेंट करा मॉक्स के मामले में कैट वालों से?
Right. So मैंने cat mocks. People usually give 2-3 mocks a week for cat only.
हाँ.
I did not do that.
अच्छा.
मैं every week 2 देती थी starting from August. मैंने ज्यादा नहीं दिए इतने mocks. Like मतलब people give so many. So मैं 2 देती थी. एक देती थी मैं cat. एक देती थी मैं एक और snap और nmat.
अच्छा.
And sometimes when I didn't feel like giving cat, I didn't pressurize myself. I gave snap and nmat के mocks. Yeah. Because that was my major exam.
कौन से mocks यूज करे तुमने?
CL के mocks करे थे मैंने.
ठीक है.
लिए थे.
तो तुमको क्वालिटी सैटिस्फैक्टरी लगा?
Yes, it was very satisfactory.
Okay, cool, good enough. तुम्हारा डेली शेड्यूल क्या था तैयारी करते वक्त?
So मेरा gap year है. I finished college in June, July. So I had few hours at my disposal to study, more than others, working people and people in college. So I used to study around 6-7 hours. It's not like I studied for 10-12 hours a day. I studied for 6-7 hours. So I woke up at around 8:39 and I did QA/DI in the morning because I was fresh and that was my weak point. Then after that, I did VRC for 2 to 3 hours and then I did DILR till the evening, and I did not study till late in the night.
Okay.
Because I had my full 8.5 hours while sleep, and that was more than enough for me.
Okay, so I think another point to be noted that you've taken ample amount of rest and studied for 6 to 7 hours a day. So again, people keep asking me, आप कैसे बोल देती 8 घंटा सो लो? तो देखो तुम्हारे सामने टॉपर बैठी है जो 8 घंटा सोती थी और बिना कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ करे, और एंड शी इज़ मेड इट टू अ टॉप कॉलेज. और एक स्टूपिड सवाल जो मेरी नज़र में स्टूपिड है बट इन लोगों के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि डिस्ट्रैक्शंस का क्या करें?
Distractions तो करना ही पड़ेगा. छोटे छोटे sacrifices तो करने ही पड़ेंगे. Because I was not on social media. I did not use social media as much for the last 6 months. I did not go out or meet with friends as much because I know this was my priority. 6 months बाद में जाके बहुत छोटा टाइम लगता है. उस टाइम छोटे छोटे sacrifices बहुत बड़े लगते हैं, but at the end of it, it will all be worth it.
It'll pay off.
And your friends will understand. There is no big deal.
Yeah, it'll pay
off. करना पड़ता है खुद पे.
Yeah. Okay.
थोड़ा.
मॉक्स को लेके क्वेश्चन हमने आंसर कर दिया. QA की प्रेप के बारे में बताओ. प्रार्थना is asking.
Okay, QA prep. I blindly followed Lokesh Agarwal sir. I did all his courses on Unacademy. जो भी assignments उनके group Telegram group पे थे, जो देते थे, I used to do all of it, and that was more than enough for me. That is actually too much also. What he gave.
I know Lokesh sir from time. So Lokesh sir was the QA head at time.
Yes.
I used to be a new join. He is much elder to me. And I remember that his classes were a 4-on-5 and a 5-on-5 क्योंकि time में offline feedback होता है. He used to be like the team leader of all the QA teachers. And I also want to point out here that Lokesh sir has one thing in common with me. He also does not teach much. He teaches fewer hours than most QA teachers. And I think which is sufficient, which is also a good strategy, especially for working crowd or the crowd that gets overwhelmed by too much. So if you are overwhelmed by too much of QA DLR and I think Lokesh sir's strategy is to teach उतना ही जितना आता है. I know him from quite some time. मेरी बात नहीं हुई उनसे, लेकिन because I know him from the offline days. I know him since 2012 I think. So we were both working at Time CP. So I think his is a good strategy, and I think people who are struggling with more number of hours can try his classes. That's what I say from my experience. Okay, was VARC enough for you? That's another थिंग दैट कम्स अप विद मी, बिकॉज मुझे अनअकैडमी स्टूडेंट सब बोलते हैं कि आप कम पढ़ाती हैं, तो तुम्हें ऐसा लगा एग्जाम देते वक्त कि ये कवर नहीं हुआ था?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question? My net just went off.
विच इज़ ओके। मैं ये बोल रही हूँ कि तुम्हें एग्जाम्स देते वक्त ये फील हुआ कि VARC का कोई कॉन्सेप्ट कवर नहीं हुआ था, क्योंकि अक्सर मुझे बोला जाता है कि मैं कम पढ़ाती हूँ। सो
नहीं, बिल्कुल भी नहीं लगा, because in my third attempt I scored 15 on 15 in VA section.
ओके।
So बिल्कुल मेरे को ऐसा कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं लगा जो आपने नहीं पढ़ाया. Everything was taught. And when I was solving the question, मेरे दिमाग में आपकी आवाज ये सच है जो लोग बोलते हैं कि आपकी आवाज दिमाग में चलती है. एंड मैं ये सोच रही थी कि मैम इस क्वेश्चन को कैसे समझाती, हमें कौन सा कॉन्सेप्ट लगाती, कौन सा रूल लगाती, मैम कैसे समझाती, तो मैं वैसे सॉल्व कर रही थी.
So I think और वो हो रहा था. यूनिवर्सल हो गया है कि मेरी आवाज सबके कानों में गूंजती है.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. How many attempts she's already answered that she performed? She scored 38 and she did 41 attempts. She's already answered that question. Please be a little more attentive. QA के लिए she followed Lokesh Agarwal sir. She's already answered that. Snap में sections freely switch कर सकते हैं. So what was her attempt strategy while taking the paper?
I was used to doing, because CAT का यही होता है VRC, DILR, VRC, DILR and QA. So I took my strongest section first, कि पहले वो तो निकालूं मैं. So I completed it in 5 to 6 minutes, and then DILR is comparatively little easier for Snap.
Yeah.
So I could score more. QA DI was a little on the back seat for me because I knew that I had to increase my accuracy and my attempts, which would happen with VRC and DILR, not QA.
Okay.
So I had that kind of freedom in Snap.
Okay. All right. डेली 6-7 आवर्स जो आपने बताया वो क्लासेस इंक्लूड करके है या वो आपकी सेल्फ स्टडी का टाइम है?
इंक्लूड करके, सब कुछ इंक्लूड करके 6-7 आवर्स.
उसमें लोकेश सर की क्लास कितनी देर, मेरी कितनी देर और अपनी पढ़ाई कितनी देर, अप्रॉक्सीमेट बताओ.
ओके, सो आपकी मैं करती थी 2.5 hours because VRC was my strong suit, so I thought that हो जाएगा मेरे इतने में. 2.5 hours मैं आपकी करती थी. लोकेश अग्रवाल की मैं अराउंड 3 to 4 hours करती थी. And self study में I think 1 hour only was enough for me because मैं क्या करती थी, आपके जैसे वीडियोस चलते थे, मैं साथ before you solve the question or Lokesh sir solve the question, I used to solve it on my own in whatever time limit you gave. तो मेरा उसमें भी काफी सेल्फ स्टडी हो ही जाता था.
I've never
मैंने सेपरेटली कुछ नहीं किया.
You joined an academy in August, yeah?
Yes, I didn't do live, but recorded question में भी ये timer आ जाता है, so I did from that.
Oh, that's a good thing. So you never knew me when I was live. This is our first live.
No, I never. Yes.
Okay, so then how did you come across my classes then?
My friend, she's studying in MDI right now, so she suggested me that you should try Karishma Vanvani ma'am's class. Sorry?
Who's your friend in MDI?
Her name is Khushi Agarwal. I don't know if she did your live classes or recorded, but she suggested your name, so I thought, okay, I should give it a go.
Okay, all right. How did you manage the recordings as well as self-preparation, because the classes get overwhelming? That's what Medha is asking. Basically, ये लोग कहते हैं कि हमारा 6-7 घंटा तो क्लास में ही चला जाता है, तो हम अपनी पढ़ाई कब करेंगे?
जैसा मैंने कहा कि मेरा साथ उसी में हो जाता था, and I had a lot of time at my disposal because I was not studying. I did not have college or work.
Okay.
So मेरा classes में, and my thing was I really needed explanation and each and every question. So I couldn't. That's how I did it. I did it only through classes. So mostly 6-7 hours was mostly classes only, and उसी में मेरा हो जाता था, concepts clear हो जाते थे. Sorry?
Practice classes तुमने मिस नहीं करी?
नहीं, मैंने कोई क्लास मिस नहीं करी.
बहुत सारे बच्चे प्रैक्टिस क्लासेस मिस करते हैं और सोचते हैं कि हम अपने आप खुद से करें. माय कजन डिड दिस, even if he's listening to me, I'm sure he's not, but even if he listens, though he should get scolded again. He stopped doing all practice classes. He said that he behaved in an over smart way, and he said I won't come to the classes, I'll study on my own. आपकी क्लास में बातचीत भी होती है, ह्यूमर भी होता है, तो मेरा टाइम ज़्यादा लगता है. मैंने उसको बोला कि देख, मैं क्लास में 90 मिनट में 25 क्वेश्चन करवा रही हूँ जब हम प्रैक्टिस पे आते हैं जुलाई के बाद, जून के बाद. तू घर पे 25 क्वेश्चन करता है 90 मिनट में. So his answer was no, but he did not understand. He failed miserably in CAT, he failed miserably in ZAT, he performed very badly in Snap. सब पेपर बिगड़ गए. तब एंड में उसने NMAT का फॉर्म भरा, NMAT का कोर्स करा सारा जो मैंने अलग से कराया था, एंड टुडे ही इज डूइंग एन इंटर्नशिप, समर इंटर्नशिप फ्रॉम नारसी मुंजी. तो ऐसा बहुत होता है कि हम प्रैक्टिस क्लासेस मिस करते हैं, हमको लगता है कि अरे टीचर तो टाइम का बर्बादी करा रहा है, बट हर टीचर टाइम की बर्बादी नहीं कराता। कुछ टीचर्स ये मेक श्योर भी करते हैं कि अगर आप जून जुलाई अगस्त सितंबर जैसे क्रूशियल मंथ्स में हमारी क्लास कर रहे हो तो आपके पास टेक अवे होना चाहिए। तो बातचीत होती है क्लास में, ह्यूमर होता है, बट वो ज़रूरी भी है, उससे आप मोटिवेटेड भी रहते हो। और
Exactly, that really helped me.
अल्टीमेटली 90% पढ़ाई ही होती है।
Yes. And my mother also used to listen to your classes. She used to sit with me and she used to listen to your classes. So even her grammar got corrected at many points.
Okay, I am becoming every mother's favorite. ये बहुत आता है मुझे। Okay, they're asking when did you graduate? Do you have a gap year?
Yes. I graduated in 2022 from Delhi University. I did psychology honors. So yes, there was a gap year.
So were there questions about the drop year in the interview?
No, there weren't.
Okay. Do you want to
they
share?
just asked me. Sorry?
बोलो.
They just asked me. They just said, "Okay, you have a gap year." They didn't ask me for the reason.
Okay, so is there anything that you remember from the interview or the selection process after the exam that you want to share with us?
Are you talking particularly about symbiosis?
Yeah.
Okay, so I had calls from SIBM Pune and SCM HRD.
अच्छा.
So SIBM Pune में you had a written assessment test earlier for both SCM HRD and SIBM
Grade
Pune.
वाला आया था या टॉपिक आया था?
SIBM Pune में topic आया था about a learning experience that you had, something related to that. So it was a comparatively easier one. The SCM HRD written assessment test was tough. There were two topics. There was a story that had to be written and two stories that had to be written within half an hour. And there were few clues given. That's it. So it was difficult.
Okay.
And I would say SIBM Pune interview went comparatively smoothly. They asked me more about social psychology because my background was psychology. They were more interested in that. They didn't really ask me management related questions.
Okay.
So they asked me more about psychology.
So did you
and more
explain
about
to
my
them
background.
कि psychology से MBA क्यों, HR क्यों?
No, they didn't ask me that because उससे पहले symbiosis में वो एक form भरवाते हैं before all this process जिसके अंदर you have to explain why management वगैरह. So I explained everything there. So they didn't ask me.
Okay.
And the SCM HRD interview was more about my experiences, what all I did in college, and more about trends in HR, technological advances. So those were the few things I didn't know. And then at the end of it for SCM HRD, there was an extempore where there were two words given to me: detect and blame. Okay. So I had to speak for 1 minute, and then they changed the words to, I think, induce and there was one more word.
Okay. You cracked SMHRD also?
Sorry?
Did you crack SMHRD also?
No, I didn't. I'm still on the waiting list there.
अच्छा, okay, waiting there. ठीक है. Do you have any internships experience that they're asking?
No, I actually did one during my college days.
Okay.
As a management associate in a startup.
अच्छा.
And I did more things in college. I started initiatives in college, so that covered a lot of it.
I think Shambhu, that's what she already explained कि psychology से उसका background है तो उससे psychology के questions पूछे हैं और क्योंकि वो HR के लिए apply कर रही थी तो HR के questions पूछे हैं। बैट की कोई कोचिंग लेता नहीं है प्रियंका, फिर भी तुम्हारी खुशी के लिए मैं पूछ लेती हूँ, तुमने बैट के लिए कोई कोचिंग ली थी?
नहीं मैं कोई कोचिंग नहीं ली थी।
ठीक है। Okay, so any more questions that you might have, please send them quickly. We are running short of time. Very quickly, Mitali, 3 tips that you would want to give our learners about OMETS prep or CAT prep in general.
Okay. एक advice की, and I think this is said too much, but it's still important to say it out loud कि mocks के marks से demotivate मत हो, because mocks and basically these entrance exam test you how you perform under pressure. It's a psychological test, and mocks prepare you how to handle that pressure. They prepare you psychologically, because what I notice in mocks and the actual exams are actually very unexpected. They are different from the mocks that I took. The actual exams were a little unexpected, so you can not really judge your actual performance based on mocks. So keep taking mocks, because they will prepare you how to handle pressure, and don't get demotivated, because I never scored these many marks in my mocks ever. The marks that I scored in my actual exam were the highest ever.
Okay.
So, and I would say if you should if you want to reach out for help, you should not shy away from reaching out from help. That's how I got to know of you and Lokesh sir. If I hadn't, I don't know if I would be here.
Yeah.
And take advice from people. It is good to take advice and help, but at the end of it, do your own research, do your own spade work, and take a decision of your own. Because दूसरे की priority अलग हो सकती है, वो अपने हिसाब से advice देगा, आपकी अलग हो सकती है. Just because that person wants to go to IIM Ahmedabad does not mean you have to go. So do your own spade work, do your own research, make your own decisions. So that's what I would like to say. And थोड़ा sacrifice करना सीख लो, वरना कुछ नहीं होगा. You will have to take out time to study. थोड़े छोटे छोटे sacrifices देने पड़ेंगे.
I think a lot of people don't want to sacrifice. A lot of people don't follow what the teachers say. A lot of people are confused about how many teachers and whom to follow. A lot of people get carried away by what other people are advising. A lot of people shy away from researching on their own and rely too much on, you know, the other people's advice, telegram advice and stuff like that. So I think it's quite I would say inspiring in a way that she never knew me, or she never did my live classes. I was not there on the platform. She just religiously followed the recordings and she made it to her goal. And look, आप लोग पूछ रहे QAD आएला, she's already answered that she was following Lokesh sir religiously and doing his classes, and I've already spoken about it at length in the first half of the video. You can please rewind and check. Another thing, research खुद से करना, सबकी एडवाइस सुनना बट अपने मन की करना. लाइक शी सेड, सबका गोल IIM अहमदाबाद नहीं है, और अगर है भी तो सब जाने नहीं वाले हैं. तो आपको आपके बैकग्राउंड और आपको आपके इंटरेस्ट एरिया के हिसाब से आपका गोल सेट करना चाहिए कि मुझे जाना कहाँ है, क्या करना है, कौन से कॉलेज में अप्लाई करना है, किस एग्ज़ाम में क्या डिफरेंट आता है, और मेरी स्ट्रैटेजी दूसरों से अलग कैसे हो सकती है, और ये कोई और आपके लिए नहीं करेगा. तुम लोग लाइव क्लास में आके भी यू हैव सो मेनी क्वेश्चंस. She was doing recording. She never got a chance to ask me any questions. The first conversation that she and I had was that she reached out to me on LinkedIn and she uploaded a status where I don't check LinkedIn. I'm very bad at it. So I checked it pretty late that I was tagged somewhere. And this is my first conversation with her after the results. So I think this in itself is enough to inspire you कि अगर आप एकलव्य है तो द्रोणाचार्य का ज्ञान हमेशा अवेलेबल है. But you should be ready to make those sacrifices, study, work hard, be clear about your goal and then achieve it. So I think it's been a pretty good discussion with you, Mitali. I am thankful to you that you considered me for your prep despite me not being there on the platform, and I'm thankful that you wrote to me. You cared enough to tell me about your result. You cared enough to come here and take this interview. So I'm really glad and I'm thankful to you, and I wish you all the luck for your future endeavors. If you would
I'm thankful to you for being there. I don't think I would be here without you.
I am humbled.
All because of your teachings.
I'm humbled and I'm glad that you liked all the teachings and the classes were fruitful to you. Those of you who are interested in studying under my guidance, I am associated with Unacademy once again, and my classes are still going on. My code there is Karishma Live. If you want, you can use it for a discount. Even if you do not use the discount code, you can still come to the classes and you can study under my tutelage, and please give me a chance to guide you. I hope the session was useful for all of you and you learned a thing or two, and it will give you some clarity about your preparation. I'll see you tonight in the 7:30 class. Till then, take good care of yourselves. Thank you, Mitali. Thank you so much for this interview.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, have a good day.